So I'm going to be looking at nestjs. Nestjs has core features that you need to master now for you to be able to build server-side application. So in this video, we're going to look at one of the first fundamental concepts you need to learn, and that is modules. We'll look at modules, okay? How to create them, how to use them, how they work. Before you start using nestjs, this is on nestjs, not next to nest, okay? So nestjs is a server-side language, right? And I said we need to understand what modules are, the concept of modules. Okay, so let me show you how to use nestjs technology. So what is a module? So before I give you one module, see, the thing about computer programming or building all these things is that there's a lot of abstractions. And when there's abstraction, it's very difficult for somebody to understand. So let's start with an app. Let's just imagine that this is your phone, okay? And you have an app, right? Let's say you have an app on that phone, okay? Maybe it's a travel application. Maybe it's an application used for booking hotels when you travel, or for checking out new areas, or Uber, anyone. So let's say you have this app now, right? Now, one thing that we need to understand is that every application, every app does something. Every app is helping us to achieve some kind of goal. Okay? There's a kind of central goal that every app is helping us to achieve. Now, in order for the app to be able to help us to achieve this goal, the app has to be able to do a couple of things, right? If you have, for example, a travel app, right? The travel app should be able to show you a map. Imagine having a travel app and there's no map in it. It should be able to show you available locations, right? If you are traveling, depending on what you want to, it should be able to show you maybe things like tourist centers. The app should be able to have maybe a community in it, right? Because sometimes it's easier to travel together. So when you're building an application, there are some things that you need to consider that makes your app do what the app is meant to do. And these things, we call them features. All right. And these features is actually what makes up the application. Okay. Now, an app is not built up of physical parts. It is built up of functions. Okay. An app is not a physical thing. It is built up of functions. So just like how you have a man, right? You can have a man, right? He has a head, he has hand, he has another hand, he has body, he has legs and hair. So an app too should be built like that. Okay. We're going to build our app part by part. So that's what features are. Now, in order for you to build features, when using nestjs, you have to look at modules. What a module represents is just a feature. Okay, a module represents simply a feature. You can call this all this is related on the concept of software architecture. How do you start building your software? So one of the features, like I said, is map, right? So if I know that my application is going to have a map, that map, I'll use let a module look like a box. This is map. This is module 1. We can call this module 1. I'll say, okay, module 1 will represent the map feature. Maybe I want payments to be there. I will now put module 2. Okay, now you have to understand all these things before we start writing code. I'm not writing code yet, but it's just for you to understand how it works. Module 2 represents maybe payment processing, right? Maybe you have a shop. Okay, you may have a shop now, so you just put payments. Then you can have module 4, module 3